comes to you that just lets some stuff go, you know? We're always going to experience things. It happens. But you don't have to put even more pressure on yourself and be mad at yourself just because you're human. So I hope that in this space, you're able to let some shit go. You're able to let some of this stuff go. Okay. Well, day number 3 of our chakra cleanse series. So we're gonna do the solar plexus, and I know you already saw the So I'm just gonna place my hands right there as well. And again, just breathe in and out. See your passion, see your strength, accept yourself for who you are. See your passion, see your strength, accept yourself for who you are. See your passion, see your strength, accept yourself for who you are. See your passion, see your strength, accept yourself for who you are. Okay, release. How do you feel? How does it feel? Okay, so let's just work through that. Work through that. Work through that energy. Work through it. And balance it. And it's important to have balance on both sides. Okay. Just balance. Balance. Balance, balance. Balance on both sides. Both sides. Both sides. Just placing that on top of you, your energy. Relax. Keep breathing, and I'm just going to just go above a little bit. Just looking there. Okay, good job. Good job, good job, good job. Good job, good job, good job, good job, good job. And move. And relax into that. Okay. Now There's so many people who will benefit from just seeing you shine exactly as you are. Well, sweetness, I had a fantabulous time together, and I hope that you have been enjoying this chakra cleanse series. Again, we are going to go through all the chakras, and then, I've been hinting at a little announcement or whatever. I'm going to tell you in a little bit. I gotta put it together, I'm going to tell you, and then I don't have it together, you're like, so I'm going to put it together. I love it, so, But anyway, yes, so if you would like to get that extra boost as we are stepping into the new year, head on over to the Patreon community and join the rebirth, the healing circle, the rebirth. This is your nightly, daily, whenever time self-care routine, and I am your designated mama. I'm Jen. I also go by Jessica, or I'm Jessica, and I also go by Chet, and I'm just here to help you with your self-care. And so we're going to do some energy healing sessions. And so if you're new, welcome, babies. You get one kiss on the foreknocket, and for my returning babies, you get multiple kisses. Mama loves you. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. We start our session off with a prayer. Oh, one more thing. We currently have the Rebirth Cleanse Healing Circles meeting every Sunday. I put some cleanses up that you can do. This is preparing us for the new year. You want to learn more about that? Head on over to Patreon. It's $3 a month. Boom. Let me jump back into what I was saying. Anyway, we start our session off with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer. It is a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, to have your permission to say your prayer. Okay, may I touch you? Okay. Inhale, exhale. Dear universe and all for the highest vibration of good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out to us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Okay. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay. So let's go over here to the sacral. Now, your sacral is also known as your navel chakra. So it's right there where the belly button is, okay? And so we're going to work through that. And let's just start by just seeing how it feels there. No judgment. No judgment there. Just kind of tapping in there. Seeing how it is. it comes to energy, you can have not enough, you can have too much, or you can just have the energy stuck. So it's really important to know what you need. I like that with Reiki, it's always been described as the energy, the life force energy is intelligent. It goes where it needs to go, meaning it will work through, what needs to happen. But I think for people who don't really know Reiki, they just think it might be like somebody is sending you energy, and you may have too much energy somewhere. Like if you ever met somebody who's like very talkative, like slow down. It could be because there's excess energy in the throat chakra. But you ever like been around somebody who's so quiet, you're trying to pull teeth to get them to say something. Sometimes that might mean there is stagnant energy, meaning if they have something they want to say but they're not allowing themselves to say it, that's one thing. Or another thing is, if they have nothing to say, that might mean that there's not enough energy there. So sending energy to somebody who's already talkative, that's not really what needs to happen. There needs to be a balance. That means that energy needs to be broken up to go up and to come down, because when there's ever an excess somewhere, that means that there's a deficiency somewhere else. And sometimes it just means it doesn't have to be a severe deficiency. It just means that it needs to flow up and down. So for example, when it comes to the creativity, the sacral is all about, have you been in kind of a creative funk? They call it writer's block, or burned out, or lack of motivation, or not feeling like for some reason you are able to manifest what it is that you need. So it might have to do with an issue going down to the root, which is you need your financial support, you need consistent housing, home, consistent emotional community support. So there might be a reason for that there. Or if it's not that, it can go up to the solar plexus, which is you just don't have the confidence. It's not that the confidence is not within you, but you're not pushing yourself out into the world to take up space, and that might just be the solution. So you're hoarding the energy down instead of pushing the energy up and out. There's a disconnect between the solar plexus and the sacral, and it needs to merge together. So let's just make sure that it is fine. Of course, the solar plexus comes next, but let's just make sure. Just make sure it is fine. It is fine. Just make sure it's fine. And working through that. Working through that. Working through that. I feel like the Tin Man. I need somebody to give me some oil over here. Just working through that. Just moving that along. Just balanced here. Excellent, 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 excellent. How are you feeling? Just expanding here, expanding there, expanding here, expanding there. Just going. So we're bringing the sun, we're bringing this rain, we're bringing this good energy into the sacrum. Now, the most important part is dun, 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 dun. Patience. I know. It's not sexy. It's not fun, but patience, because when you plant a seed, you don't continue to dig it up to see if the roots are actually growing. You have to have some faith and patience that when you are routinely watering it, tending to its surrounding, even before it actually comes out into full fruition, that there is faith, that there is movement underneath. Why do you have faith that there's movement underneath? Well, 9 times out of 10, whatever it is is you want to accomplish. Someone has tried to do something. Learn that there are certain things that you can't do. So those things take time. So have faith. Other people have been able to do it. They may be doing it now. So why wouldn't you be able to do it? It's because you can do it. Have faith. Another part is sometimes a person can feel like just woe is me. There's something about me. I feel unlucky. And even though rationally they know this should work, they believe that it will work for anyone and everyone else except for themselves. And they start to have a self-fulfilling prophecy, meaning they won't go in and they won't water anymore. They won't tend the soil. They won't do anything because they're allowing the self-sabotage to happen. Other reasons can be a feeling of imposter syndrome. Whoa, this is happening for me. I have no clue how this is happening. Is what I'm doing really working? Forget all that. Don't worry about that. Wherever you're at in life is where you need to be. And if you are ready to grow, you get used to it. That's either taking in more in your life or getting comfortable with the more that you are receiving, whatever that is on this journey. Whatever that is on this journey. Just balance it out. You got this. One last breath. Fantastic. Well, babies, you did an excellent job. And I hope that you will join us on the Patreon community for the Rebirth Cleanse healing session. We are continuing our chakra series. You can go ahead and watch it from beginning all the way to now. And now we're working on the third eye. So what you can do is you can watch them all at one time, or you can just go back and focus on whichever chakra you want to balance, or the common themes that may be coming up in your life. You know, you can mismatch and things like that. So if you're new to the community, welcome. This is your nightly self-care routine, a place where you take care of yourself. You check in on yourself. So if you're new to the community, you are now one of my babies, and I will give you one kiss on the forehead. And for all of my returning babies, welcome back. You get multiple kisses. Okay, so we start this session off with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer, it's just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, to have your permission to say a prayer. May I touch you? Okay. You ready? Deep breath. Exhale. Let's go. Dear universe and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to let go of the things we need to let go and embrace the things that allow us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, 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 Ashe. Okay. Okay, so we're just gonna start by going over right there where that third eye is and just activating that a little bit. We're just seeing it. So what you do during this time is you just check in with yourself. You tap into yourself. You can close your eyes. You can keep your eyes open. Whatever you want to do during this time. But how that activation works is that you just relax and start to allow images or smells or some type of sense that resonates with you to show up. Show up in your mind's eye, in your mind's ear, in your mind's nose, whatever that is for you. And start to tap into, what does that mean? Sometimes it just means you're hungry. And other times it can mean things. So when people are trained intuitives, trained in mediumship, natural or learned, they will typically tap in kind of more often for solutions. And so solutions can show up in multiple ways. So now what I'm gonna do is just open that up for you. So if you've been feeling stagnant, if you've been feeling writer's block, if you've been feeling not as motivated as you would like to be, or if you are motivated but you're just not getting the results that you're looking for, call my 1-800 number and no, I'm just kidding. Or if you're not getting the results that you're looking for, let's try to open you up so that perhaps in this session you feel a little bit calmer and more clarity. I feel like that's how it is when someone's like, I have a solution for you, and it is behind this paywall. So, if you're just a community, I will try to crack as many jokes as I can, because the most important thing is that you feel better at the end, and I will do whatever I need to do to make you feel better. But just open up. Just open up here and exhale. Open up. Exhale. Oh, and like a crunchy side note. So they have the Miss Cleo documentary coming out, and I'm so excited to watch it because I think that's a really good example of when someone can be tapped in, but because they are not presenting as themselves, they fuck up their whole situation. So the whole idea within the third eye, which brings up the conversation of clairvoyance, mediumship, so clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentient, the ability to be able to see something, know something that you shouldn't have access to, but you do know, or be able to kind of see things happen before they actually happen, versus mediumship. I'll work on you too. Versus mediumship, which is being able to communicate with those who have passed on. Now, there are many cultures, many ancestral cultures, indigenous cultures. Everyone has some type of ancestral culture, no matter who you are, that they were already connected and tapped into their everyday norm of communicating with those who have passed. And there were just some people who may have been born or who learned how to tap into that more efficiently. So this whole idea of communicating with those on the other side, it is not a new human experience or concept. And so the conversation that can come up sometimes is, who is authentic, who can actually do it, who can't do it, who is faking. And here's the thing, as you see all the time, scammers, like I had to get on a scammer who was trying to impersonate me. People will try to look the part or talk the part or kind of live into a type of stereotype in order to take advantage of the person, the consumer, the client, whoever that is, because they're trying to, they're not going through training, they're not actually really tapping into anything. And maybe some of these people can tap in, but for some reason they have not put themselves out there. Regardless, I think I'm really excited for this Cleo documentary because I remember growing up and seeing them infomercials, and I felt like she tapped into people, but I also felt like the stereotype of who she was, you know, could she have come out and done readings for people just as she was, or did she have to take on this Caribbean stereotype of how media wanted to see her being portrayed? And you know, she was an actress too, so there's all that, so that's nice and interesting. And I'm one of those people where I'm all for the documentaries, okay? I'm all for the documentaries. I didn't mean to go on that tangent, but I think it's outside of you. Only you know 100% what you need and what's best for you and how this life will play out for you. I can't see that for you. You can't see that for me. But only you can see that for yourself. So I like to encourage people to strengthen that gift for themselves. And sometimes people go on to help others and continue to train. And I don't think this is talked about often. I know I talk about it in my apprenticeship, but training is so important. And I don't just mean one time, I mean continued education too. Every year I take on a new modality or heighten a modality that I'm already working on, because I believe knowledge is important. I believe practice is important. And I believe from learning from the community and the elders that are around me. And sometimes people can get caught in just learning one thing and just, oh, that's it. So all my apprentices know, okay, you're going to learn Reiki, but you're going to learn some other stuff. And you have to keep on learning and keep on growing. That's a part of the process. So just clearing that out for you. And I hope that what we're talking about brings some clarity into your life. Because sometimes you may feel like you're not good enough, or other times you feel like you don't, for some reason, have the insight. And I guarantee you have the insight. You have what it needs for you. Now, you may not be able to go and boss somebody else around in their life, but you know 100% what you need for yourself. Trust yourself. The greatest gift you can give yourself is trust. And even when you look at situations where you feel like, oh, was I right here or was I not right here? Just understand that everything is leading you to an opportunity to make new and better decisions. So maybe you want to make a decision right now, but you got to open yourself up a little bit more, because what you need is a little further down the road. So keep on going. Don't give up. Don't give in. Don't feel like what you want in life is not worth fighting for. And also go through the process of change. There's a lot of things that we all feel like this is how things should go. And rightfully so. Life will humble us and open us back up to new possibilities. Sometimes possibilities that are bigger than where we're at now. So I want you to have the ability to be able to see clearly what it is that you want. What do you want to attract in your life? What do you want to bring into your life? Let's bring that now to the forefront, okay? Bring that here. And most importantly and authentically, if you don't get nothing that I've said today, get this. Be yourself. Be yourself. I understand the concept of faking it till you make it. Faking it till you make it doesn't mean that you are another person. Faking it till you make it means sometimes you have to go in there with confidence even when you don't feel that confident. That's it. But be yourself. Sometimes you gotta walk into the room as yourself, confident, even though maybe you don't feel that confident, but you walk into there as yourself. That's what it is, not put on a whole new, personality and persona and things like that. Because who you are is there. And I think that there are many iterations of you. And so those iterations form and they grow, and then they become open and they reveal themselves and all of that stuff, okay? So don't be afraid or limit yourself. If you've been kind of struggling, if just things have been getting out of balance for you, just know that you within yourself, you know what you need to do, you know what you want. Sometimes there are periods where you kind of have to work hard towards something, or you just have to get through it. But those don't last forever. And just do the work. Don't associate an emotion. Don't associate unnecessary thoughts. Just be like, fuck it, I gotta do it. And just get it done. So, let's open you up. Open you up, open you up. Open you up, open you up, open you up, open you up. what you need, okay? See what you need. See what you need. See what you need. See what you need. And go for it. Go for it, 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 go for it. Just balancing that over, okay? Well, babies, you have done a fantabulous job, and I hope you are enjoying the chakra series, okay? And that it has been providing you all that you need during this time. Sips tea. The OG family remembers that I used to start every session. I don't even think I showed my face at this time, but I used to start every session with some tea. This is actually not tea, this is bone broth. But I think it kind of sounded better to say tea. It's actually bone broth with collagen in it. But regardless, I hope that you got what you needed, and I hope that you're able to show up in this life with clarity and guidance. You are not alone, you're not lost. Just because times can be difficult or it can kind of be annoying doesn't mean that you did something wrong or this is negative. Anything you want in this life, you got to fight for. Anything you want, you got to work for. Some things come easier, some things take a little bit more time, but don't let the fight deter you from getting what you want. Because when you look back on your life, you're going to realize like, oh, those times were worth it. So trust yourself. And if you have a sight, but you feel like, oh, I don't trust that seems hard, you need to get comfortable, very comfortable with trusting yourself. But also look at my chat. I'm a Reiki master teacher and intuitive, and today we have a special healing session. We are continuing our chakra cleansing series, okay? So today we're working on the heart. So if you're new to the community, babies, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is your self-care routine, and I am your honorary mama. So if you're new, you get one kiss on the forehead, this position in which our energy is just seeping out from us. So we might feel tired. Sometimes that brings on addictive behaviors because you're trying to cope with what's going on. So we're just going to work on here. I'm just working through that. So for people who are people pleasers and they just want to say yes to everyone here, understand that there are ways for you to take up space, to be seen, to be nice, and to say no. This is my number one rule. If you want to say no, or if you have to say no the first time. Because It's just to relax you a little bit, because I just want you to feel at ease and at peace in your body. Allow your soul to be. Okay? And I'm just going to take care of you for just a little bit, because sometimes we just need to be taken care of. And the most empowering thing we can do is to take care of ourselves. Now that's a game changer right there. You start taking care of yourself, you be like, yo, listen to other people's mess. And you start to live the life that you want to live and have what you need to have. Okay. So, open yourself up. And I want you to think about someone that you love deeply, can be here, can have transitioned on. Breathe in and out. Exhale, release. Pull that memory of them into you and enjoy that. Think of that person, pull that memory into you and enjoy that. Think of that person, pull that memory in and enjoy that. Think of that person, pull that memory in and enjoy that. Think of that person, pull that memory in and enjoy that. Think of that person, pull that memory in and enjoy that. Think of that person, pull that memory in and enjoy that. Think of that person, pull that memory in and enjoy that. Remember taking those hands right here. One more time and just, can you feel their love? Can you feel their warmth? Can you feel their protection? Are you tapped into your own love, warmth, and protection? Do you see that you're loved? Do you love yourself? I want you to take this moment to just simply say, I love myself. I love you. I love you. Or say like this, I love me. I love me. You can say your name as well too. And just bringing that over. Bringing that over you. Bringing that over. Bringing that over you. And relax into that. So, open yourself up. See into the heart. Believe again. Trust again. Trust in yourself. Trust in humanity. Trust in yourself. Release and let go. Good job. Well, babies, you have done a fantabulous job. I hope you are enjoying this chakra cleansing series. I know I am. So something that you can do is you can watch these videos back to back. And so, as each one comes out, or if they've already come out by now, the magic of the internet, just watch them back to back. You can do the root, then you do the sacral, solar plexus, then the heart. And as more come out, you just continue to do that. Typically, I go the opposite down. I go from the crown all the way down to the root. But the reason why I'm going from the root is because we need to work on a good foundation. Do you have everything you need? Financially, materially, environmentally, emotionally. And then we work up through having that motivation to live life. That second wind, that gust of energy, that and also community is important. That's why I'm always encouraging you all to connect with each other here, as well as join the Patreon community, where we meet and we talk and we, have a really good time and enjoy these. So go by Chad. I am a Reiki master teacher and intuitive, and today we have a special healing session. It's kind of like a series that we're going to be doing for the next week or so, and it is going to be a chakra cleansing series. And I may or may not have some special news, but I'm trying to decide when I'm gonna drop that. Anyway, if you're new to the community, welcome, babies. This is your nightly self-care routine. So now that you're new, welcome. You get one kiss on the foreknock. And for all of my returning babies, yes, you get to even sessions off with a prayer. It's not a religious prayer, it's just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, to have your permission to say a prayer. Okay, let's go. You ready? Man, touch you. Just relax here. Dear universe and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am, Ashe. Okay, so let's do that. So deep breath in, exhale, and we're going to start at the root, and the root is at the base of your spine. So we're going to go all the way down and just take a couple moments here. Now, things that you can do is you can kind of choose like perhaps a hasta mudra, which are hand positions. You can choose a hand position that is appropriate for what feels comfortable to you. You can also do some research on the different meanings of what you need to bring into your life, or you can just rest. I'm like acting like you can see. You could just rest your hands right there on your lap as we work through this session. You can be lying back. You can be sitting up. You can be doing stuff, whatever. So going there. gesture of manifesting. When I say pulling energy down, I'm saying your dreams and hopes and goals, they live up there, but we need to bring them out into reality. If you do not bring them out into reality, you'll never see them. You'll kind of be living in like la la fantasy land for a long time. And it's important that we have those fantasies, that we have those dreams, we goals, all of those things. But then we have to push them down. Because here's the thing, when I say push them down into reality, because we can get satisfaction from fantasizing about what we want, and honestly that's kind of a positive thing, because if you believe it, you can get used to it, even if it makes you scared. That's like a really big thing. But if you get stuck there, you just get stuck off the thought of it and not really being able to taste the full bodied experience of it once it manifests into the physical. You're really selling yourself short. So we're taking that energy and we're sending it through the room. Previous times when I've done this chakra series, I really took the time to always go through the crown, going down. And it's important this series to go through the root, because we need to understand that bringing things into the material is just as important as attaining knowledge from the esoteric. And when I say material, I'm not saying someone is materialistic or greedy or something like that. What I'm saying is that everything that is within you, that you feel that you are here to live out that purpose, needs to come out into the physical world. And if it doesn't come out into the physical world, it just stays trapped up here. And after years and years of not pursuing what it is that you want, that you care about, not going that extra mile for what your soul wants, you start to feel sad, or you start to feel kind of disillusioned, or you start to feel bitter and jaded and all those things, when it's very simple. Take those fantasies, bring them out into reality. Yes, you will be vulnerable. People will see it, and maybe that's not what they think of you. That's not your problem. Who cares? Who cares about that? Other things that could come up is that you'll grow. You will have a new experience of yourself, and sometimes, as much as it can be easy to externalize and say, so-and-so, makes me feel this kind of way, that's why I'm afraid to do it. I want to say most of the time, it's a lot of self-imposed sabotage, meaning I'm not used to myself like that. So it makes me really uncomfortable that now I have to grow past my edge, past my limit, in order to step into this next, whatever it is, in order to fulfill this next, whatever it is, in order to reach my potential at this moment in my life. Just know it's a part of the process. We all have an edge and we just work a little bit more. I think when we're younger, we're a little bit more hard-headed. We be skipping over the edges. We literally just jump off the cliff, or we will refuse to go to the edge at all. Just a hot mess, okay? And you know what? Don't get me wrong. Sometimes people get older and they don't change. They do the same shit over and over again. But I'm saying all of that to say that just practice in your own way of just widening up. And that's taking up space, being heard, but knowing that if it is in your heart, it is worth being out in reality. It's worth being out in the physical. You do not have to be sad or feel like there's something, some invisible bar that you have to reach before you're allowed to share yourself with the world, before you're allowed to advocate for your dreams. No. I'm just going to keep cleansing that out. And I want you to take some breaths here, because I want to remind you to get back into your body. To get back to that feeling in your body. To remind yourself, I am here, I'm alive, I am present, and I'm ready. And so just clearing out any blockages that have to do with money, that have to do with community support, emotional balance, well-being, adequate housing, whatever that is for you. Just balance it, balance it, balance it, balance it, balance it, and release. So just pulling away any excuses. And sometimes you may not necessarily know what the excuse is, it just feels heavy. And if something feels really heavy on you, in order to kind of get it off of you, you have to lighten up things within your body. And lightening up things typically means you can't take things as personal, you can't take things as serious, you can't, as I say, beat a dead horse. You can't expect a new outcome to come from the same approach to something. And there's a difference between that and discipline. Discipline is you're making movement towards where you want to go, but you just don't feel like doing it. But you are making movement in progress. Might be a little bit slower, might be a little bit faster, but you just don't want to do it. Versus what I'm talking about over here, insanity, is you're not going anywhere. Sometimes you might go backwards a little bit, but you don't want to go to your edge and learn a new process or think of a new approach, because maybe at one time it worked for you then, but it doesn't work for you now. I just need you to know the difference. One is you're working towards progress. One thing is you're going, you just don't feel like doing it. The other thing is you're not really going anywhere. And let me tell you something. This one over here is typically when you're safe. This one is when you're uncomfortable, there's discomfort and there's growth. There's a reason why people do this. A lot of times, there's not really, you're going nowhere and you hate doing it, it's typically not it. You may not like where you're not going, you may not like, okay, I'm not going anywhere, but there's a sense of comfort. Well, I've always done it this way, I don't feel like doing it another way, and there's a bitterness about it. Versus over here, which is like okay, I'm open to this new way, but it's hard. It's hard showing up each and every day and just trying and putting yourself out there. That's difficult. Versus I'm too afraid to step out of my bubble, so I'm gonna just complain. I don't like it, but I know how to do it, and I'm just gonna complain. Versus over here. So I just wanted to separate the two because there's a difference. So live over here, but take your time instead of feeling like you gotta rush to the goal or rush to the direction. Just take your time. Don't freak yourself out and just traumatize your nervous system. Take your time. Just move a little bit over there. And our body will always do whatever it can do to keep us safe. So that's why we may not like where we're at, but we'll stay there because we understand it. There's a safety behind it. But understand that there will be a new normal if you push your body to a new limit. Just take your time in doing that. And just balance. Keep going. That is why the rebirth healing circle with the cleanses that have been happening every Sunday, that's why they're so important. Because if there's a heaviness, a need to just let go. the video, that is a collective energy. And we're all healing together. So you're not alone in this. We're all doing it. We're all working through it. So know that we can make it. Don't feel like you can't make it. We can make it. We just take our time. We all got different timelines. So you just take your time. Breathe in and out. Relax. Well, babies, I hope you liked part 1, which was the root chakra cleanse. Again, we're going to go through all of the chakras, and I'm going to have a special announcement. I gotta decide when I'm going to announce this thing. It's all about doing some cleansing, so I'm going to get some herbs to be able to cleanse over your energy, so you can just feel a little bit of release there. So if you're new to the community, welcome, babies. This is your nightly self-care routine or daily self-care whenever you tap in, and this is for you to take care of yourself. And if you're new to the community, you are now one of my babies, so you get one kiss on the forehead. Okay, and for all of my returning babies, it pays to return multiple kisses. Mama loves you. Okay, so one more thing before we get started. We start our session off with a prayer, but before we even get there, we are currently doing the rebirth healing cleanse circles on the Patreon community. It is only $3 a month, and we're doing it for 2 months. So we're doing it to prepare ourselves for the beginning of the year. So if you'd like to join that, please hop on over to the Patreon community. There are herb cleanse pairings with that, and so all of that fun stuff. I've talked about it a bunch, but hurry up because time's running out, and it is really to prepare us to step into the new year of a clear mind, clear energy, and just get this thing going. You feel me? Okay. So we start a session off with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer. It's just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, to have your permission to say a prayer. May I touch you? Okay. You ready? Okay. Dear universe and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate things for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out to us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am Ashe. Ashe, Ashe. Okay, so I'm just going to work through that a little bit. And let's get some energy going and flowing. If it's your first time here, this is cinnamon. It is not a blunt. This is cinnamon. If this is not your first time here, obviously you know that cinnamon is one of my favorite cleansing tools because I love how grounding it is. I'm probably going to pop back up with the mugwort again soon. So, have a nice little candle. Well, it's kind of a big candle. Big ass candle. Yeah, so nice little candle. And let's just start by just cleansing over your energy, okay? And so what I really, really like about cinnamon is it burns for a long time. It's not too smoky. It burns for a long time. It stays lit for a long time, but it also takes a little while to catch. Okay. Just breathe. Just want you to see. Okay. I'm just placing this energy over you. And just breathe into that. I started using cinnamon because I wanted to encourage others to look at other healing tools. It's not just sage out there. It's not just Palo Santo. Okay. It's not just frankincense and myrrh out there. There's a lot of other healing herbs and a lot of other tools years ago with the bay leaf for manifesting, and I think I used rosemary as well. And so there's a lot of things you can use. You can use cinnamon too. Cinnamon for manifesting money. So just breathing into that. And it's actually still lit. I don't know if you can see. But watch, when I blow on it, it's gonna still be lit. I blew it out. So I'm just gonna get a little bit more. Now that I look at it, I guess maybe it doesn't really look like a blunt. It looks like maybe like a cigar. It's not a cigar, but cigars are very interesting too because they are definitely used in many spiritual practices for the smoke. It is the smoke itself, and a lot of it has to do with the use of tobacco, how tobacco is used in cleansings and things like that. And so the cigar is kind of a convenient way to have that smoke in one place instead of having these huge tobacco leaves. So certain practices do use that. Okay, just move through that. But yes, like I was saying, there's many things within our own cabinets that can be used. So improvise. Don't ever feel like anything you're trying to do isn't accessible. That's also the reason why I slowed down with the use of crystals. Not because I, don't want to use crystals, but I think that you can accomplish a lot with what you have. So don't feel like you gotta get, well, crystal collectors will know. You start to feel like you gotta get every crystal out there when you can do a lot with what you have already. And I'm gonna keep it real. Half that shit is marketing, okay? And I'm not saying that the crystals don't work, it's not that at all. But have the illusion of needing to consume more and more and get more and more and more is marketing. There's a lot of ways to approach whatever it is you're doing in your healing practice, in your esoteric practice, channeling, manifesting, spells, any kind of whatever your lineage or modality, intuitive work, whatever it uses, whatever language or rhetoric it uses. There's many approaches to it. And that's, I think, the gotcha about it, because I often tell y'all that I say to you, I'm like, look, I don't care what you believe, not in a way of like, I don't care what you believe. It's more of like, I don't have a vested interest in persuading you to think about the universe in one particular way or follow one particular belief system. Oh wow, we had some fire today. Yeah, I don't have some culty kind of, okay, tap in and then you'll learn this mystery of the universe that only the insiders know. No, I can't stand things that are culty. It annoys me. But I still believe that we have very interesting mystical things that, in my opinion, kind of are pretty practical. And connectedness to the universe. And so I think it is up to you to decide what modalities, spiritual paths, religious paths, traditions, understanding, techniques you choose to use in order to tap of how things are, because I think that our ancestors had a better approach of looking at the mind-body connection. And I think if we incorporate that approach with modern science, we'd be able to have a solution to many things. I'm a deep believer that we already actually have a lot of really great solutions, but where there is not a financial interest in things, there typically isn't a push by big institutions to do it. I'm not saying anything particularly spicy. I'm just telling you kind of how it is, you know. Society sometimes can be run off of problems rather than solutions. Yeah, I mean, but that doesn't mean that you as an individual cannot discover the solutions you need. That's why I always say, when you think of your health, think of yourself as the leader or the captain. You know, think of yourself as someone who is the expert on your body, and you are reaching out to other experts within a certain field of how to approach your body, but you get to decide what you do. To have options, to have autonomy, to have power, and things like that. So, I think that shift of how we connect with our body, which is our health, how we connect it to, you know, the esoteric, the soul, humanity, that's spiritual aspects. I think that all of those things matter. And also, I think culty things are really cringy. I have a theory for cults. I think some cults didn't intend to be cults, but I think financially they don't want to let go of memberships, so it becomes this real weird cult thing. When I think ultimately, especially when it comes to things like spiritual paths, people need to leave, you know, they need to go other places, they need to explore other things, they need to combine things. That's another thing, like that's another red flag when people are like, you're not allowed to know anything else except for this. Red flag. No. You should use whatever you need. You want to use alternative medicine, you want to use conventional medicine, you want to have a religious tradition, you want and have a spiritual tradition. Do you want to be irreligious? Do you want to have, you know, nothing at all? Whatever. Your business. Your life. And since it's yours, you should live it the way you want to live it. So, and then another thing that I notice is the spirituality aesthetic. And I don't mean people just paying respect to their spiritual connection, but I mean people who feel like looking a certain way is the same thing as being that thing, which is just not true. It's not the case. But you know, there's a lot of mechanisms that support people pretending to be something, looking the part, rather than actually being. So I mean, it is what it is. That's up to you. So I said all of that to say, you gotta trust yourself first. Your guidance, your understanding, your wisdom, your path. You know, only you get to choose this path that you take. And so I hope that this makes you feel better. It makes you feel protected, but kind of makes you feel like I got more options. That all those things are okay. And I hope that if you get anything, you get the experience that it's okay to be you. However you show up in this world, it is okay to be you. Whatever that means, wherever you're at in life right now, it is okay to be you. It is safe to be you. It is a part of a bigger journey that you're on. And so, this moment is as special as all the other moments. So it's okay to be you. It's safe. This path is safe for you to take. You can take it. You could trust yourself too. Trust that you'll find your way home to the destination that you want to go in. That you'll grow and you'll change and you'll shift. And, each and every day you become more and more vulnerable with yourself. And I think that's one of the most beautiful things we can be, which is have a sense of vulnerability with ourselves, trust ourselves. You don't always have to follow the crowd, and at the same time, you don't have to feel guilty for wanting community connection. I think that when one follows the crowd, it's almost like we can over-sacrifice in order to be in that crowd. But on the other side, which is we do need people, we do need community, we do need collectiveness, but we also need to have that with appropriate boundaries. And so, yes, you still get to be and find and deserve to have communities, multiple communities that make you feel connected, that make you feel a sense of community love, because I think a lot of times we may focus on romantic love, but community love can be just as meaningful and healing, because can you imagine to be loved so deeply by someone and literally they want nothing in return except you just being happy in their community? They don't want your time. They don't want your nothing. I mean, they might want to hang out with you. You're cool. But they don't want your, affection or nothing. They just want you to be happy because you want them to be happy. It's something to think about. Well, babies, I hope you enjoyed this session. I hope you got a nice clearing and cleansing from the experience. And I hope you enjoy our community, and thank you for stopping by and just living your life. It brings me a lot of purpose to be here. So you can use this as you like for healing, cleansing, manifesting, activating, attraction, sending away, whatever. So you get to choose what you need it for. I'm just holding and facilitating the space for that. So before we get started, I just want you to know that we do have the Rebirth weekly cleanse. We're checking in weekly on Patreon with the cleanses and herb pairings that we have going on, and it's been a 2-month cleanse. my mind. If you're new, you're now one of my babies, so you get one kiss on the forenoggin. And if you're returning babies, welcome back, and you get multiple kisses. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I almost forgot. Anyway, rewind back over here. So we start our session off with a prayer. It's not a religious prayer. It's just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, to have your permission to say a prayer. I'm just kidding. May I touch you? Okay, I'm just gonna place my hands over your face, okay? Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Close your eyes if you like. Dear universe and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to let go of the things we don't need and accept the things that will allow us to grow and achieve. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out to us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Okay, now we're gonna go in. I'm gonna start with these Reiki symbols, okay? So just take a deep breath in, exhale. And I'm gonna do them slow and fast, and each one has a different meaning, but and this is all about powering up. So I want you to think, what is it that you want right now? What is it that your intention is? Is it to let something go? Is it to bring something in? Whatever that is, we're just opening it up in you. You know, it is less about the Reiki symbol and more of the representation of what the symbol is, okay? The symbol itself is just some squiggly lines, but what it represents is all of those people with the intention of coming in and healing. That is what puts power into it. We're connecting into a collective energy of healing. That's what it is. A healing that transcends styles and modalities. And this is just one way we tap into it, so keep breathing. Just breathe in and out here. Breathe in and out here. Breathe in and out here. I'm gonna go into the next part, okay? Activating and connecting you in a distance. So let's go. So just removing any belief that you can't have or do or achieve or accomplish or go in a direction that you would like to go and flow in. Removing this, sending this out, sending you right now, okay? And I want you to sit in whatever feelings that are coming up, even if they're uncomfortable, or especially if they're positive and they feel good. Just sit in them. I want you to step into them. No judgment. I want you to take your judgment away and just step into them. What does it feel like in your body? Objectively look at it. What does it feel like in your body? How does it make your toes feel, your knees and your ankles, your back, forward body, sides and back body? Now, whatever this feeling is, I want you to ask, what is the message that you are being sent? Because we can receive messages through our feelings, our sensations as well. What is the message that the universe is throwing at you? And whatever that is, just reflect on it, okay? So I'm going to work on bridging that communication with you and the universe. You always have access to that. You don't need me. I'm just allowing you to feel comfortable being vulnerable with yourself. That's all it pretty much is. Okay. Good job. Good job. Okay. And let me see that cute little face. Cute little nose. I was gonna say nose socket. Put a plug in your nose. How are you feeling? And if you're new to the community, you know, a lot of what I do is, my intention is always just to make you feel better. And so, I think I'm funny. If I'm really funny, that's debatable, you know, but at the end of the day, it's for you to feel good and to feel comfortable with your relationship with yourself. So we're going to continue on to the next Reiki symbol, okay? And this is for working through any of that deep-seated emotional stuff, okay? Just take a deep breath in. Exhale. Another deep breath. Exhale. A couple more. Keep going. And I'm gonna go back in with those Reiki symbols, okay? So, just balance here. And you get to take ownership, or you get to reclaim ownership of your feelings in your body. And instead of vilifying our feelings and being upset that not every moment is this blissful, happy moment, instead, why don't we just try, in whatever capacity feels good to us, to tap into what are these feelings trying to tell me? What are they trying to say? feeling or a not great feeling. Let me just understand the message. And with that message, I will do with it as I need to. I accept that I am smart enough to do with it as I need to. So start to think like that, okay? Okay. And so I'm going to go in and do a Reiki symbol for soul. So I'm going to do a Reiki symbol for soul completion here, okay? Thank you, 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 okay. And just balance here. Don't be afraid. Trust yourself. There's so many things out there that'll make us feel like we can't trust ourselves, but we can. So don't be afraid to trust yourself. Don't be afraid to become more and more vulnerable with yourself. Don't be afraid to become more and more connected with yourself. Become more and more peaceful with yourself. Become more and more in love with the life that you're living, okay? And so I'm just going to kind of smooth those in and put them in. And when I say in, I mean surrounding you. Again, Reiki symbols are a representation of a certain energy. There's many paths in order to get to this energy, and you get to choose what path or paths that you want to take. But it is not a permanent fixture. It is something that requires us to put effort in each and every day. That's why it's not one of these things where you get one, Reiki symbol and you never come back again. No, it's not like that. That opens something in you. It opens something in you to be able to become more aware of your healing. But if you ignore it, it dissipates. So it's important to check in with yourself and your body and continue to give yourself what you need. Just shift down here. And then for completion, okay. Hey babies, how do you feel? What's the energy feeling like? Check it in with you. I'm gonna give you some kisses. How is it? What came up for you? What messages were coming across today? Not everything that we feel is quite literal. Like, for example, when you don't feel like getting up and doing something and you just want to lay, it feels really good, but that feeling can be very deceitful. The same is in reverse. When you have a situation where you have to go do something, you don't feel like doing it, it feels like, ugh. But that feeling can be deceitful too, because in those two examples, you may think that having to do the thing is bad and getting to sit there is great. But sitting there is a representation of stagnation versus moving and kind of warming up a cold engine, because that's pretty much it is. It's a representation of movement. Our physical body might lean more to one or the other, but at the end of the day, be very practical and objective when you look at these things. Hey, just because something feels kind of like it's like a vice, a little bit like a guilty pleasure, doesn't mean it's the best thing to be doing in the moment. Doesn't mean it's the best thing to be doing at the moment. In reverse, it's like, oh, it feels like hard work. Doesn't mean it's that horrible. Instead of judging your feelings, sit in them and just try to get the message Be sweet to yourselves, okay? Well, I will see you next time, and I will see you on Sundays for the Rebirth Healing Cleanse Circle. So I'm gonna give you one more kiss. Ow. And if no one has said it, let me go and say that I love you. But make sure you love yourself a little bit more each and every day. Okay, bye.